Think believe me, these niggas died of me. Look what I'm becoming. What I did, it made a man of me. All the that I did, I swear my mother.
What it do, YouTube? It's Ty Fetty with the Fetty. Back at y'all with another video, man. Y'all know why we here. To handle business, man. Before the business get handled, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, bro. I'm going to say it again. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to say it one more. Matter of fact, like, comment, subscribe. Before I gotta beat you up, y'all know what's going on, man. Today we got the story of Young Pappy, man. If you don't know about Young Pappy, he one of them drill pioneers, bro. You back in the day, Young Pappy was one of them ones that was dropping them bangers that I was listening to all the way in Maryland. It take me back when I hear the name Young Pappy, bro. It gives me, I remember it gives me memories of me, you feel me, getting on the bus at 7:30 in the morning going to school in the 7th grade, bro. Listening to Young Pappy through an iPod, you feel me, iPod Touch, feel me? That's what we was doing for Young Pappy, man. Spinrilla days. If you know about Spinrilla, you know. If you don't know about Spinrilla, you a little too young. Feel me? But nah, all jokes aside, Young Pappy was one of the ones. I don't, like I say, a lot of these videos, bro, I don't really know about the history of Young Pappy. I don't know what side he from, what set he rep. None of that. I swear to God, I don't. But he one of the ones. I know that. Let's get it.
Young Pappy was one of the hottest up-and-coming rappers in the early days of Chicago drill. But like many other drill rappers who are really about that life, Young Pappy got killed before his music became mainstream. Let's get into the come up and career of Young Pappy.
Let's get it.
Young Pappy grew up in the north side of Chicago and was raised mostly by a single mom with 4 brothers and 3 sisters. His parents split when he was young and he moved around a lot between the neighborhoods of Uptown, Edgewater, and Rogers Park.
That's crazy that he's from the North Chicago. I don't know no rapper from the North. If you're from Chicago, let me know what rappers that's mainstream, semi-mainstream from North Chicago. Only rappers I know is Polo G, literally. Yeah, Polo G, bro, that's it. Who else is from North Chicago? Let me know.
He showed an interest in music from an early age and started rapping at just 4 years old. His older brother, B.U. Double, also rapped and taught him how to make music.
Who that is?
His younger brother, Tay Sab, also became a rapper, and he once said that as a kid, Pappy used to read the dictionary to learn new words for his raps. Pappy was a childhood nickname given to him by his grandmother, which he continued to use once he started rapping. He started dropping tracks on YouTube and other platforms in 2007, around age 12. But as he got older, he became more influenced by his environment and got sucked into the streets. Pappy was a member of the Gangsta Disciples and claimed a set called the Insane Cutthroat Gangsters, or Pooh Bear Gang. Pooh Bear Gang was named after a respected member of the set named Pooh Bear got killed in 2012. Pooh Bear was killed on the 1800 block of Juneway Terrace. His killer was never caught, but police believe that it was a dude named Dante Simmons from a set of the GDs called Loke City. Simmons was later found dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and killed himself using the same gun that was used in Pooh Bear's murder. But rumors started going around that another member of Loke City named Munchie was behind Pooh Bear's death. Munchie and Pooh Bear were childhood friends, but petty fights and gang politics turned them against each other. Just a few days before he got killed, Pooh Bear dissed the Lokes on social media, which may have led to his death and sparked a deadly war between Pooh Bear Gang and Loke City.
I don't even know where Loke City is. Why is Chicago so big and treacherous? Why does every part of Chicago have its own set, own trench? Like, bro, I gotta get hip to all this, bro. Man, make sure y'all send me videos on Instagram of Chicago to do, bro. Because I really am intrigued by Chicago, bro. The stuff that go on there is very, very entertaining and intriguing. So, again, the Instagram link in the description, bro. DM me on Instagram with a link to a video from Chicago or anywhere you want me to do it from. And I'm going to probably do it. Not going to lie to y'all.
Pooh Bear and Young Pappy was close friends, and his death had a major impact on him and was one of the main reasons Young Pappy jumped off the porch and became a shooter. Since he moved around a lot, Young Pappy was also affiliated with another set called TFG. Pooh Bear Gang and TFG was closely affiliated but had their own hoods, kind of like 600 and O Block. So Pappy claimed both of them because he grew up around dudes from both areas. Pappy started out committing petty crimes like fighting and stealing, but the deeper he got into the streets, the more trouble he got into. His wild behavior eventually landed him in juvie for a gun charge. While locked up, he had time to work on his music and decided to take it seriously since he was already known in the hood for his music. So after he got out, he bought some audio equipment and music software and started recording his own tracks. At first, he was just making remixes of other popular songs, but he eventually started making original songs, which gained him local attention.
I'm not gonna lie though, back in the day, like when Young Pappy was rapping, bro, when people was sampling like real songs and making remixes of them, That shit was fire. There was a wave at one point. If y'all remember back then, about 2011, 2010, 2012, 2010 to 2013, 2014, bro, was a wave of just remixing originals, like remixing like hits, bro. Rappers was doing it, and it was fire. It was fire. It was fire. Good times, man.
At the same
Now we all got bang bang, shoot 'em out, skirt, spit on the ops, hop off they, you hear me? Back then it was real live. They gonna remix Alicia Keys' No One and crank that joint. I'm telling you, that I'm making no spin real after this, y'all. This is taking me back. I cannot lie.
Young Pappy was also building a reputation in the streets. After getting out of jail, he was out for revenge on Loke City for Pooh Bear's death, which only got worse after PBG lost another member in April 2012. According to the rumors, Young Pappy got revenge by shooting a member of Loke City named Lucky in the thigh and back. Not long after, he dropped the track Competition, which featured the bar, "Better Ass Lucky, what'll happen when I drill shit." So, Pappy's reputation in the streets was entering into his music career and earning him clout in the city. But it also made him a major target for Loke City, who was out for revenge after losing several members to the beef. Not long after that, Young Pappy started getting into more trouble with the law. In June 2013, he was convicted of felony unlawful use of a weapon and sentenced to 2 years of probation. He later violated that probation and ended up being sentenced to a year in prison, but he was later credited with time served and released.
Typical.
Even though he had a pending case hanging over his head, he continued to go hard in the streets. On July 14, 2013, Young Pappy allegedly caught his first body. A dude from Loke City named Blake Lamb was shot in the head multiple times on the 1600 block of West Jonquil Terrace. He was walking down the sidewalk when a car pulled up next to him and started letting off shots. The killers then jumped out of the car, stood over the victim, and shot him a few more times before fleeing the scene.
That's what I talk about with Chicago being very treacherous. At least, like, they walking down they Vicks, bro. Feel me? They shoot from afar, but they stood over him, bro, and did what they had to do, so bro didn't wake up. Feel me? He permanently sleep. If you from Chicago, salute to you, bro, because I know for a fact it was hell making it out of there, bro.
So, whoever did it definitely wanted to send a message. No one was ever arrested for Blake's murder, but it was rumored to have been committed by Young Pappy and a group of other dudes from PBG. But this wasn't just the streets talking. Pappy and his crew seemed to confirm this on multiple occasions. After the shooting, he and his homies doubled back and took videos of the crime scene, which they posted to social media to taunt they ops. Plus, a few years later, Pappy released a freestyle that featured the bar, "Give you hollow tips, have your shit looking like Blake's face." So, whether or not he was actually involved, Young Pappy used Blake's death to diss his ops. A few months later, Young Pappy and other members from PBG and TFG allegedly shot up another rival hood called Day Day World, a set of insane GDs. They was looking for a member named Lil Duke, who Pappy had a personal beef with. A few days later, one of Pappy's close homies, 2 Cups, was murdered near the intersection of North Broadway and West Glen Lake Avenue. The day before he got killed, 2 Cups told his father that he was taking his friend, who was in a wheelchair, to the Social Security office the next morning. His pops knew he liked to help people, so he ain't think nothing of it. But he ain't know about his son's gang ties. His mother saw him eating breakfast around 9 a.m., and that was the last time she saw him. 2 Cups and his friend were standing at the intersection when a light-colored van pulled up. His friend was not identified by police, but was said to be a member from TFG. A shooter then jumped out of the van and started letting off shots, killing 2 Cups and critically injuring his friend. It's been rumored that the killer was Lil Duke, who was getting revenge after Young Pappy shot up his hood. 2 Cups and Young Pappy was close, and his death hit him hard. He later named a series of mixtapes after his friend, including 2 Cups, parts 1, 2, and 3. The first tape in that series became one of Young Pappy's most popular projects and is now considered a drill classic.
For
This
sure.
mixtape really started to build Pappy a buzz in the city, but becoming a well-known rapper and a shooter also made him a target for ops. After the death of 2 Cups, Young Pappy continued to slide on Day Day World to get revenge, but members of Loke City would catch him first, almost taking his life. On February 5th, 2014, Pappy, along with other members of PBG, was on their way to a McDonald's in Rogers Park when masked gunmen shot at their whip. 4 of them got hit, including Young Pappy, who was hit in the arm. One member of their group, unfortunately, ain't make it, but the other 3 survived. The shooting was rumored to be the work of Loke City in retaliation for the death of Blake Lamb.
How do they be knowing
According to
this?
police, Young Pappy was the intended target. He made a quick recovery, only to land himself in jail a few weeks later. On March 26, 2014, Pappy got arrested for reckless conduct and sentenced to 90 days in jail. He spent his 19th birthday locked up and got out on June 3rd. After he got out, he started to focus on music again in an attempt to make it out of the streets for good. But his reputation made it hard for him to avoid conflict.
Like, you can't, feel me? Like, here's the thing with the streets, bro. Once you in them, bro. You can't do bad to people and taunt people and inflict injury on other people, bro, and just call it quits. You not, bro, because some people never forget that. Some people never letting that go. So with that being said, just a target on your back for the rest of your life until they let it go. And 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna let it go, bro. That's just how it goes. You feel me? It's like you're a crab in your own barrel, bro. Like, no matter how good in music you are, no matter how successful you might become in school, in sports, whatever, if you doing this stuff in the streets, bro, to other people, bro, come on, bro. You got a target on your back 24/7, 365 days a week, bro. I mean, a year. Feel me? Like, it's no making it out. Like, it's not. It's not, bro. You can't just call it truce, bro, because some people never letting that go, especially if you're doing better than them, bro. They're going to try to take you down every single chance they get, bro. We see it time and time again.
Not long after getting out of jail, Pappy was walking down Devon Avenue with a photographer who was shooting the cover art for his next mixtape. A car drove by and saw young Pappy. They doubled back, and someone inside the car started letting off shots. Young Pappy managed to escape, but his photographer was hit multiple times before collapsing to the ground. 2 gunmen chased young Pappy down a nearby street while witnesses tried to help the photographer, but it was too late and he ended up dying.
Damn.
So it seemed like everywhere Pappy went, bodies was dropping like flies. This attracted the attention of the Chicago police, who saw his music taking off and all the violence that followed. A few months later, young Pappy allegedly got revenge for the death of his homie, Pooh Bear.
He's still slime.
11th,
man, when they say get back, man, or slide for you know, that's what they mean, bro. It's about what, 2 years later, he's still sliding for Pooh. I know Pooh is smiling, looking at them right now, man, or looking at him back then. Feel me? Everybody always want to rap, slide for your man. This, get back, gang, for this, and ain't nobody getting back, man. Just a whole bunch of t-shirt making and tears dropping, man. Candles being lit. I ain't saying none of it's good, but man, look, if you, feel me, if you putting that battery in that man back, we got you, bro. You do this, we got you, bro. You go to jail, we gonna bail you out, bro. Somebody do this to you, we gonna slide for you, bro. And you don't stand on none of that when he go, bro. You don't help his mother out, you don't help his sister out, you don't help his grandmother out, whatever the case may be, bro. You ain't real, bro. Get out the streets, bro. It ain't nah, bro. I can't respect that, bro. I'm sorry. Now, granted, like I said, I'm not in the streets, bro. I don't do nothing illegal. Like, it's not like, not fun, bro. Nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody wants to have to pay for lawyers. No, it's not fun. But, bro, if you claiming this particular lifestyle, bro, and one of your folks die and you trying to talk about you gonna hold it down, this, that, and the other, doing all this Instagram posting, t-shirt making, hoodie making, feel me, Facebook posting, and you ain't doing nothing to try to avenge that, or, feel me, it ain't law, bro. I can't respect it.
2014, police responded to a call of a person shot on the 1600
Take
block
it how you take
of West
it. The
Juneway
shoe fit
Terrace,
wet.
not far from where Pooh Bear was killed. The victim was none other than Glenford Johnson, aka Munchie from Loke City, Pappy's main op. Munchie was standing in the courtyard of a building when a car pulled up and started letting off shots. He was hit in the chest and tried to run to a nearby hallway, but collapsed and later died. No one was ever arrested for Munchie's murder, but it's been rumored that it was committed by young Pappy and other members of PBG. Pappy continued to add fuel to these rumors by dissing Munchie in a remix to Chief Keef's Finito. He dissed Munchie on tracks and on social media, which only made him a bigger target for his ops from Loke City.
And no matter how many times
Pappy was really blowing up, and his videos was getting millions of views.
Bro.
In January 2015, Pappy got into a fight with a man outside the same McDonald's where he was shot less than a year earlier. The dude he was fighting was supposedly a member of Loke City, and he ended up getting shot in the leg during the argument. Police saw part of the fight go down and ended up arresting Pappy on a reckless conduct charge. His mother said the police raided her apartment with guns drawn, looking for weapons that belonged to Pappy, but they ain't find anything. So he eventually pled guilty to the reckless conduct charges and was sentenced to 29 days in jail. After getting
he getting slaps on the wrist, bro. He done got 90 days once. That's 3 months. He get him a 29-day sentence, man. He's taking that to the chin. He right back on the streets doing what he do. Feel me? Hey.
Now, he dropped the second installment of his 2-Cup series, which featured some of the biggest tracks of his career, including Killer, Savages, and Afterlife Part 3. It looked like Pappy was finally on his way to becoming a rap star, but he kept getting in trouble with the police, and it prevented him from reaching his full potential. To announce the release of his album, Pappy decided to host a birthday release party because he was turning 20 just a few days later. During the party, neighbors ended up calling the cops after someone shot a gun in the air. Police already had their eye on young Pappy, so when they heard he was involved, they decided to send a message. A SWAT team arrived with more than 50 officers and arrested over 100 people, including young Pappy. 30 of them were charged with disorderly conduct.
Like, what is
Pappy?
Like, bro, what's up with them keep throwing this disorderly conduct BS out there, man? I be like, man, leave me alone, bro. I'm not young Pappy no more, man. I'm Patrick, whatever his name is, though. Feel me? Like, leave me alone, bro. You keep giving me disorderly conduct, bro. What is this, elementary school? What is disorderly conduct? What conduct am I being disorderly to? Y'all, it's like, leave me alone, bro. This is why I don't be outside, bro. I don't even want to deal with this, bro. I'm in the crib. Can't bother me in the crib. Nobody can. Feel me? It's easy. Sit in the crib, bro. Get out the way, make y'all money, man. I promise you. Nothing out here. I guarantee it.
He bonded out the same day, but ended up catching another case for failing to appear in court for reckless conduct.
Look, we got disorderly conduct, reckless conduct. Now he missing court dates. He paying bail. He paying for lawyers. Sit in the crib, bro. There's nothing wrong with sitting down, man. Perfecting your craft, man. Getting your bread right, getting your pockets right so that you can have all the fun you want when you grown. For me, when you're in your 30s, 40s, 35, 40, 45, you can do whatever you want. Go on as many vacations, go get as many designer shoes, shirts, belts, whatever. Go out, take this time now, bro. Make the work harder now so that when you older, it's easier, bro. I'm telling y'all some real shit, man. Listen to me.
So, he was processed and again bonded out not long after. He then dropped the track Shooters right after being released to prove he couldn't be stopped. But just as he was reaching the height of his buzz, young Pappy would be gunned down. Around 1:30 a.m. on May 29, 2015, Pappy was walking with a friend near the 4800 block of North Kenmore Avenue
Instagram
when
was
two
just
gunmen
getting lit
walked up
for
behind him and shot him twice in the back.
All right, OD.
He was rushed to Advocate
modern day
Illinois
lit.
Masonic Medical Center, but was pronounced dead a few hours later.
It's crazy.
Young Pappy's death was a huge loss to the city of Chicago.
To the
He was a
world, the
major
country.
talent, and many were convinced that he would be the next to blow up on a national level.
And he was on his
But
way.
unfortunately,
Just like
the
LA
streets
Capone.
caught up to him before he could make it out and change his life for good. Pappy's murder remains controversial. He was both a feared shooter and respected rapper, which made him a huge target for any ops of TFG or PBG. Some say he might have been set up by his own people or even the police because of how his killers were able to sneak up on him at 1:30 in the morning. But Pappy's death led to a wave of retaliation. Just a few weeks after his murder, a Loke City member named Clifton Fry dissed Pappy on Facebook, writing, "Smoking on Pappy right now." Not long after that, Fry was shot and killed broad day on the 7600 block of North Ashland Avenue.
It's a
He
war
was rushed to
zone
the
out
hospital
there, man.
in critical condition and declared brain dead 2 weeks after getting shot.
Oh, yeah.
A PBG
What
member
That's
named
what they
Jermel
usually do.
Dosey was later arrested for the murder. Since his death, young Pappy's been recognized for his unique talent and lyrical abilities.
Rest in peace,
Unfortunately,
young Pappy,
he fell
man.
victim to the consequences of the street life before he gained exposure that his talent deserved. But at least he left a catalog of music that'll carry on his legacy.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, this shit usually it ends in 2 ways, bro. Death or jail, bro. Like, of course, some people make it out, some people, but those are anomalies. Those are the minority, bro. The majority of people that are in the streets, in the ground on NSL, bro. And that ain't nowhere to be, bro. Like, you got things to take care of. You got family to feed, bro. Yeah, it ain't worth it, bro. Especially for what you're doing in the streets, bro. Sit in the house, man. Work on your craft, like I always tell y'all, bro. All this will come back full circle, I promise. The harder you work now, the easier it will be in the future, bro. Take it from me, man. It's Ty Fetty with the Fetty, man. Make sure y'all stay smart, man. Stay dangerous, man. We'll catch y'all next time. I'm gone.